On August 30th, 2013, 19-year-old Bryce Laspisa disappeared after his car was found crashed and abandoned near Castaic Lake, California, following days of erratic behavior. After leaving his college in Rocklin, California to visit his parents in Laguna Niguel, Bryce spent hours driving aimlessly, appearing on security cameras twice around 2:15 a.m. and 4:29 a.m., driving on Lake Hughes Road. His 2003 Toyota Highlander was found on its side at the bottom of a 25-foot embankment off Lake Hughes Road in Castaic at 5:30 a.m. The rear window was broken and his phone, wallet, and computer were still inside. 2 drops of his blood were found inside, but he was gone. Leaving his electronics and identification behind might suggest he wanted to start a new life. A theory supported by some reports of him possibly wanting to drop off the grid. His heavy stimulant use may have caused a psychotic break, leading to a crash and subsequent wandering into the rugged terrain, where he succumbed to the elements. Some speculate he wanted to abandon his life and intentionally created a scene to mislead investigators, though no evidence of a new life has been found. Foul play would be less likely, but not ruled out, is that he was picked up by someone at the lake, which was a concern raised by canine units trailing his scent to a truck stop. Despite theories, it has been over 10 years, and the whereabouts of Bryce Laspisa is still unknown. On July 8, 2014, Lars Mittank, a 28-year-old German, vanished near Varna Airport, Bulgaria, after exhibiting extreme paranoia and erratic behavior. Following a suspected fight and a ruptured eardrum, he stayed behind while friends flew home, later claiming to his mother that people were attempting to kill him. He was last seen on CCTV running from the airport medical office into a nearby forest. During a vacation in Golden Sands, Bulgaria, Mittank reportedly got into a fight with other tourists over soccer teams, resulting in a ruptured eardrum. After staying behind to recover, he moved to a cheaper hotel where he appeared terrified, hiding in an elevator and calling his mother to cancel his credit cards because he believed he was being hunted. At the airport, after speaking with the doctor, he panicked, dropped his belongings, phone, wallet, passport, and ran out, scaling a fence into a sunflower field. Theories range from a severe psychiatric break or adverse reaction to medication cefuroxime to a severe concussion from the earlier fight. Some online theories suggest he was involved in a criminal situation. Despite extensive ongoing investigations and numerous reported, unconfirmed sightings, Lars Mittank remains missing 12 years later. On April 1, 2014, Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon were 2 Dutch students who disappeared. Their remains were found months later, with evidence pointing to a tragic lost in the wilderness scenario. Though theories regarding potential foul play persist due to bizarre nighttime photos, failed phone calls to emergency services, and the odd condition of their found belongings. On April 1, 2014, Kremers 21 and Froon 22 set out for a hike on the El Pianista Trail, a popular route near Boquete, Panama. After failing to show up for a guided tour, a search was launched. The girls did not return. In June 2014, a local woman found a blue backpack on a riverbank, containing the women's phones, cameras, sunglasses, and cash. For 10 days, the girls' phones were used to check for service attempts to call 112 and 911. A camera found in the bag held numerous night photos taken in the jungle, including shots of a rock, a backpack, and one showing the back of a head. Skeletal remains, including a pelvical bone and a foot inside a boot, were found months later, matching the DNA of the girls. The leading official theory is that the women got lost in the dense jungle behind the Continental Divide. They may have fallen into a ravine or river, and the harsh, rainy, mountainous environment led to their deaths. Due to the strange nature of the night, photos taken 1 to 3 a.m., The long-term survival in the jungle without proper gear, and the lack of clothing found, many believe they were victims of a third party, particularly given the high yet unredeemed reward offered for information. Hundreds of photos were taken in darkness with little explanation. On April 8th, a week after they went missing, the backpack appeared to be in relatively good condition, prompting some to believe it was planted, though this is debated. A missing image on the camera number 509, and the inability to definitively prove who took the night photos have left the case a subject of intense speculation and investigation. The case remains a haunting mystery with a lot of unanswered questions. On September 21, 2015, 26-year-old Asha Kreimer disappeared from a cafe bathroom in Point Arena, California. She was experiencing a severe, abrupt mental health crisis, including insomnia and erratic behavior, and was in the midst of a psychiatric episode when she vanished. Despite searches, her case remains unsolved. While having breakfast with her boyfriend and a friend at the Rollerville Cafe in Mendocino County, Kreimer went to the restroom and never returned. She had not slept for roughly 5 days and had previously attempted to jump from a moving vehicle. She had been released from a psychiatric hold shortly before the incident, according to reports in the SFG ATE. She left behind all her personal belongings, including her purse, phone, wallet, and shoes. Due to the proximity to the ocean, officials considered that she may have wandered into the ocean or fallen from nearby cliffs, according to reports in the Mendocino Voice. Her mother, Jeannie, expressed hope that her daughter's mental state led her to start a new life, rather than succumbing to the environment. Some theories suggest that during her confused state, she was picked up by a passerby. The case remains ongoing. Asha Kreimer, fate or whereabouts is still unknown more than 10 years later. On June 16, 1990, Trevalene Evans, a 52-year-old antique shop owner, disappeared from Hallengowley, North Wales, after leaving a note saying "back in 2 minutes" on her shop door. Despite extensive investigations, the case remains an unsolved mystery. She was last seen with an unidentified, smartly dressed man, and no trace of her has ever been found. On a Saturday afternoon, Trevalene went missing, leaving behind her purse, keys, and jacket at her shop. Witnesses reported seeing her in the days leading up to her disappearance, with a smartly dressed man in a navy blue suit who carried a briefcase. Her husband, Richard Evans, was arrested and questioned in 2001, but was released without charge and passed away in 2015. Police investigated potential links to serial killer Robin Liggis, but ruled it out, and several potential sightings of her were never confirmed. In a 2019 twist, 2 brothers claimed to have found remains at a golf club in Rhuddlan, but police searches revealed no evidence. The note on the door suggested she intended to return immediately, prompting theories about a sudden, forced disappearance or a pre-planned meeting with someone she trusted, as debated on Reddit. Trevalene's son, Richard, passed away in 1999, never knowing what happened to his mother. More than 30 years later, and the whereabouts or fate of Trevalene Evans remains a mystery.